What does take up your cross and follow me really mean? What was Jesus actually saying here? Many people today want to use that saying in a lot of their teachings, and they're not wrong, but then we also have to understand what Jesus was actually telling us. There's a big misunderstanding exactly what Jesus was speaking out and about here. What Jesus wasn't saying here was, taking up some sort of a burden that we must carry in our life, such as a strained relationship, a thankless job, physical illness of some sort, having trouble finding work. What Jesus was actually telling us here was when he told us to pick up our cross and follow him, if nothing else matters, placing him first is what we should prioritize in our life. And if you look in Luke 9:57-62, it says, as they were going along the road, someone said to him, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. To another he said, follow me. But he said, Lord, let me first go and bury my father. And Jesus said to him, leave the dead to bury their own dead. But as for you, go and proclaim the kingdom of God. Yet another said, I will follow you, Lord, but let me first say farewell to those at my home. Jesus said to him, no one who puts his hands to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom of God. Jesus is telling us nothing else matters in this life except for following him. When he met the disciples, he said, follow me. Drop what you're doing and follow me. And that's what Jesus is trying to tell us, is that nothing else matters. We must place him first in our life, and everything else will take care of itself. I'm sure you all know about the story about Sodom and Gomorrah and the pillar of salt that Lot's wife turned into. When the angels had led them out of it, God was telling them to leave this life of sin and go follow me. Don't look back or you'll turn into a pillar of salt. What happened? Lot's wife turned back. She looked at her past and then she turned into a pillar of salt. What that is saying is that we are actually trying to hold on to what we were doing rather than just to let go and follow Christ. But let me ask you this. Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your closest friends? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means alienating your family? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your reputation? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your job? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your life? Notice what I'm saying here. Are you willing? Meaning your comfort. Or are you willing to be uncomfortable to follow Christ? That means your hopes, your dreams. But are you willing to follow Christ? He should be above all else. If faced with the choice, Jesus or the comforts of this life, which one will you choose? We will face trials and tribulations in this life. That's a promise. When we choose to follow Christ, things will happen. But we also must remember day in and day out who is always in control.